Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivsari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivsari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivsari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपी कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि प्रिये। बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की जय। हरे कृष्णा एवरीवन।
हरे कृष्णा एवरीवन।
हरे कृष्णा रवि। कृष्णा जय।
हरे कृष्णा सर।
ज्योति हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा अजय।
कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा तरुण।
हरे कृष्णा गजेंद्र।
राइट सो कल हम लोग पढ़ रहे थे 6th श्लोक ऑफ चैप्टर 21 क्या। तो वी कंप्लीटेड अध्याय 20th of canto 3 and now we are reading 21st chapter shlok 6th. Yeah, so yesterday we read 6th shlok. Again, what we are reading right now is what Mahatma Vidur has asked Maitreya Muni. Yeah, and what has he asked is how Lord Brahma expanded this universe, and specifically how Shambhu Manu, yeah, and Shambhu Manu is the first Manu in this day of Lord Brahma, how he expanded this universe. Yeah, and that's what we are currently reading, right? So we read all that how Lord Brahma ji, created asuras, gandharvas, vidyadhars, kinnaras, right? All that, and then he created Shambhu Manu so that the right civilization can take place. Yeah. So yesterday we were reading Shlok 6, in which what it is saying is the great sage Maitreya replied to Mahatma Vidur. Yeah, because Mahatma Vidur is asking the question. So what Maitreya Muni is saying is commanded by Lord Brahma to beget children in the worlds, right? To expand the universe. So, so Lord Brahma commanded Kardam Muni. Yeah, who is that? Kardamo Brahmano Ditah. So that's what we are reading right now. How Kardam Muni was asked by Lord Brahma, and when asked by Lord Brahma, what did Kardam Muni do after that? Saraswatyam tapastepe. Yeah, that means he practiced penance on the bank of river Saraswati. Saraswati river par tapasya karke, and how long he did the tapasya? Sahasranam samadasya. That is Dash Sahasra, which is 10,000 years. Yeah. So Lord Brahma asked Kardam Muni to expand this world by having children. And before that, the Kardam Muni, who is very worshipable, yeah, he is referred as Bhagwan Kardam here. He did tapasya on the Saraswati river for a period of 10,000 years. Yeah, and it's mentioned here that Kardam Muni did 10,000 years before attaining perfection, and also Valmiki Muni is mentioned. Yeah, Valmiki Muni did meditation for 60,000 years before attaining perfection. Yeah, and then yesterday we read how they could do meditation for so many thousands of years, right? And why they could do that? Anyone can answer that?
Long life. 100,000 years. They had a long life, right?
Correct.
The lives were very long at that time.
Correct. And that
Yuga.
time was Satyuga. Yeah. in Satyug, as we know, right now it's Kali Yuga. Yeah. In Kali Yuga, the life expectancy is around 100 years. Yeah. And in Satyug, the life expectancy was 100,000 years. Yeah. Like as we, and in Treta Yuga, 10,000, and Dwapar Yuga, 1,000, Kali Yuga is 100. So in Satyug, that's when Swambhu Manu, and like as we know, right, each Manu's life cycle, how many cycles of all the 4 yugas take place? Do you remember? Like how many cycles of all these 4 yuga happens in one Manu's life? Yeah. What do we multiply that 4,032,000 times one Manu's life? 71. Yeah. Remember, one Manu's life is 4 million. So one Brahma's day is 4,032,000,000. One Manu's life is 4,032,000 times 71. That 71 is 71 cycles of all the 4 yugas. Yeah. Kalpyug. So anyway, so in Satyug, the life expectancy was 100,000 years. And that's why they could meditate 10,000 years, Karda Muni, 60,000 years, Valmiki Muni. So it is not just like some years have been mentioned. These are all given as historical facts. Yeah, that's what is very important. However, as we know, what is being mentioned here is this age, Kali Yuga, is the age of bluffing and quarrel, as we all know, right? What's going on? So there is no possibility of attaining yoga perfection by such paltry proposals, because we cannot even live 10,000 years, right? Forget even 100 years. So what's mentioned is the Vedic literature for emphasis clearly states 3 times that in this age of Kali, Kalau nasti eva nasti eva nasti eva, means there is no other alternative, no other alternative, no other alternative. Then it says Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Kevalam. Only the Hari Nam, chanting the holy name of the Lord, is the only alternative to attain the highest level of perfection in life, is what is being mentioned. Yeah. And that, how do we take the holy name? That's how we start our chanting process, right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That is why this is called Maha Mantra. And in Kali Yuga, that's the only way, Hare Nam. Yeah, there is no other alternative.
I have one small question, Bhaiya, in the back. If you go, please. To the previous one, yes, please. Where it says that Maharishi Valmiki did finance for 60,000 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was in the previous shlok. Yes.
Yeah.
So it is mentioned here that Maharishi Valmiki meditated and did his penance for 60,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
The Treta Yuga was the Yuga of Ramchandraji, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I am not forgetting, Maharishi Valmiki was Ratnakar.
Yeah. So Valmiki Muni, yes. Yeah. So also remember, right, that we had, so the number of years we are talking about is about Satyug, right?
Yeah.
But then we had Brahma Rishis, right? And we have Sapta Rishis. Like Vasishtha Muni is Brahma Rishi,
so
right?
They
Vasishtha
granted him
was Guru of Lord Ram, right? But then, I mean, Guru in the sense, like Vasishtha Muni was Guru of the whole Dashrath family, right? So they are the Brahma Rishi. So they have always been there, right? So, but those number of years are essentially explained in the sense that those times they could do those kind of austerity or that kind of meditation, right? Because of Satyug. And also it is mentioned that in Satyug, it was all Sattvic. Like everything was Sattvic. Like Satogun, Rajogun, and Tamogun, right? We saw 3 gunas. Everything was Satogun. Then in Treta Yuga, it was more of Satogun, but then there was also Rajogun. Yeah, and some Tamogun. And then in Dwapar Yuga, the Satogun reduced to less than 50%. And then everything else. And in Kali Yuga, we know, right, how much Satogun exists. Now, we definitely know that fact, right? So that is why. So there is no confusion about those, right? There are Brahma Rishis, there are Sapta Rishis, and those Rishis are, of course, there are Rishis, even in Kali Yuga, I'm sure we can find Rishis who are like 500 years old in Himalayas. Yeah. So that is just an expected age mentioned. But the important point is Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Kevalam in the Kali Yuga. That's the important part. Yeah. So we'll move on with the next law, 7. Anilji.
जी ततः समाधियुक्तेन क्रियायोगेन कर्दमः संप्रपेदे हरिभक्त्या प्रपन्न वरदाशुषम्. During that period of penance, the sage Kardam, by worship through devotional service in trance, propitiated the personality of Godhead, who is the quick bestower of all blessings upon those who flee to him for protection. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so basically, so during that period, and we are reading about sage Kardam, yeah? Because if you remember, Mahatma Vidur asked more about Kardam Muni and Devhuti. Devhuti is, who is Devhuti? Daughter of Shambhu Manu, yeah? Remember? So he started Shambhu Manu, and Devhuti is daughter of Shambhu Manu. And Mahatma Vidur specifically asked, like, how did Kardam Muni and Devhuti, who is also was prominent in Yast Yoga, right, which we read, how did they expanded this universe? How did they have children and expanded this universe? So basically, what's being mentioned is the Kardam Muni, by his worship through devotional service in trance. Yeah, it says, Tata Samadhi Yuktena Kriya Yogena. Yeah, Kardamaha. But what did he do? Hari Bhaktya, the personality of Godhead, Harim Bhaktya. And how is Lord Vishnu described here? The personality of Godhead is the one who is the bestower of all blessings upon those who flee to him for protection. So anyone who goes, it says Prapanna Varda Shusham. Yeah. So that's the Kardam Muni. He did the meditation, and actually long purport, but very beautiful purports actually. So we are going to read. Yeah. Sachin.
The significance of meditation is described here. Kardam Muni practiced mystic yoga meditation for 10,000 years just to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari. Therefore, whether one practices yoga or speculates and does research to find God, one's efforts must be mixed with the process of devotion. Without devotion, nothing can be perfect. The target of perfection and realization is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly said that one who constantly engages in Krishna consciousness is the topmost yogi. The personality of Godhead, Hari, also fulfills the desire of his surrendered devotee. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Like what the important part mentioned here is that the target of perfection and realization. What is the target? It's not target that we merge somewhere in this whole big nature, which itself is a materialistic nature, right? So what is the point of merging in the materialistic nature, right? So what is the target? The target of perfection and realization is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? And also in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna himself says that one who constantly engages in Krishna consciousness is the topmost yogi. Yeah. So let's continue reading this, Ajay. Ajay, unmute.
Sure. So one has to surrender unto the lotus feet of personality of Godhead, Hari, or Krishna, in order to achieve the real success. Devotional service or engagement in Krishna consciousness is the direct method, and all other methods, although recommended, are indirect. In this age of Kali, the direct method is especially more feasible than the indirect because people are short-living, their intelligence is poor, and they are poverty-stricken and embarrassed by so many miserable disturbances. Lord Chaitanya therefore has given the greatest boon in this age. One simply has to chant the holy name of God to attain perfection in his spiritual life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah. So very important part mentioned here, that direct method. When we say Hare Krishna, chanting is the direct method to attain perfection in spiritual life. Yeah. Tarun?
The words Samprada Pade Harim mean that in various ways, Kardama Muni satisfied the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, by his devotional service. Devotional service is also expressed by the word Kriya Yogena. Kardama Muni not only meditated but also engaged in devotional service to attain perfection in yoga practice or meditation. One must act in devotional service by hearing, chanting, remembering, etc. Remembering is meditation also. But who is to be remembered? One should remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Not only must one remember the Supreme Person, one must hear about the activities of the Lord and chant his glories. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah. So what is clearly mentioned here is that hearing, chanting, remembering, right? We have read that Swaranam, Kirtanam, Ishmaranam. And the question is, who should be remembered? Like, whom should we really remember? Yeah. And of course, right? Remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And how do we remember? By reading his activities, by reading his glories, right? So for example, in Srimad Bhagavatam, right, we were reading about Lord Varaha Avatar, how Lord Varaha appeared, how did he get the earth out of the ocean, right? And how did he establish back the earth in the orbit? And then what happened to Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu and all that. And all those we are reading through the Lord's activity. That's what Srimad Bhagavatam is all about, right? That's what we are doing. We are hearing about the activity of the Lord and his glories. Yeah. And then there's a little bit more, Jyoti.
This information is in the authoritative scriptures. After engaging himself for 10,000 years in performing different types of devotional service, Kardama Muni attained the perfection of meditation, but that is not possible in this age of Kali, wherein it is very difficult to live for as much as 100 years. At the present moment, who will be successful in the rigid performance of the many yoga rules and regulations. Moreover, perfection is attained only by those who are surrendered souls, where there is no mention of the personality of Godhead. Where is their surrender?
Right. Whom are you trying to surrender to, right? That has to be personality of Godhead. Let's read the next shlok, Ravi.
Me?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes. Tavat prasanno bhagwan pushkarakshya krite yuge darshayamasa tam kshatam shabdam brahma dadat vapuhu. Then in the Satya Yuga, the lotus eye Supreme Personality of Godhead, being pleased, showed himself to that Kadamba Muni and displayed his transcendental form, which can be understood only through the Vedas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So what is, so the important part is now in Satyug, right? Which is Krite Yuge. Krite Yuge is Satyug, right? The lotus-eyed Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah, it says here Bhagwan Pushkar Akshah. That's the lotus-eyed Supreme Personality of Godhead, he being pleased after 10,000 years of tapasya, Tatva Prashanno, yeah, showed himself, yeah, तब जाके उन्होंने कर्दम मुनि को दर्शन दिया and displayed his transcendental form. And it's mentioned that his transcendental form, yeah, of Lord can only be understood otherwise through the Vedas. It says here, Shabdam Brahma means only way through Vedas one can understand the transcendental form of Supreme Lord. Yeah. So pretty interesting. And let's just read this, Rinaji. Rinaji, mute pe.
Sorry about that. But here it is very clearly said that the form which the Lord showed to Kardam Muni by his divine grace is described in the Vedic literature. Shabdam Brahma. The forms of the Lord are clearly indicated in the Vedic literature. Kardam Muni did not discover any imaginary form of God, as alleged by rascals. He actually saw the eternal, blissful, and transcendental form of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so what is being described in Srimad Bhagavatam is not just something imaginary, right? After 10,000 years, Kardam Muni actually saw the eternal, blissful, and transcendental form of the Lord. Yeah. Jitendra?
Hare Krishna. Satam Virja Karbaham Sitoktam Padsalabjaram Snigdha Lal Kant Bradam Chiro Chirjo Ambram. Kardam Muni saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead who is free from material contamination. In his eternal form, effulgent like the sun, wearing a garland of white lotuses and water lilies, the Lord was clad in spotless yellow silk, and his lotus face was fringed with slick, dark locks of curly hair. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So what is being described here? So Lord Vishnu jo darshan de rahe hain, yeah, Kardam Muni saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is free from material contamination. Yeah, says here Virjam is free from material contamination because Lord is always eternal, right? As you know that in his eternal form, but it says like effulgent like the sun. Yeah, Suraj ki tarah says Ark Ambham is effulgent like the sun, wearing a garland of white lotuses and water lilies. Yeah, Kamal says Sit Padmot Pal Istrajam. Yeah, and then also he says that spotless yellow silk. So everything is described here. It says Virjo Ambram, and it even says that Snigdha Neel Lalak Kratak Vaktra Abjam. Yeah, means his lotus face was fringed with slick dark locks of curly hair. So that's how Lord's appearance is described to Kardam Muni. Yeah, and then this continues. Rinaji?
Okay. Kiritinam Kundalinam Shankachakra Gadadharam Shvetopal Kidanakam Manasparsha Smitekshanam. Adorned with a crown and earrings, he held his characteristic conch, disc, and mace in three of his hands and a white lily in the fourth. He glanced about in a happy, smiling mood whose sight captivates the hearts of all devotees. Hare Krishna.
Right, so it continues describe the Lord Vishnu's form. Says where Kiritinam Kundalinam, yeah, crown and earrings, and of course we all know Shank Chakra Gadadharam, and it says Svet Pal Sveto Utpal Kridanakam. That is Svet, that is the white lily in the fourth hand, and of course Mana Sparsh. So a happy smiling mood captivating the heart of all devotees. That's how Lord Vishnu appeared. Yeah. Jyoti? Jyoti, you're there?
Yes. Is it the shloka that has to be read then?
Yeah,
Rajat?
right. Yeah.
Vinyasta charana bhoja charana bhoja mam sadeshe guru mataha drishtva keva sthitham vakshaha shriyam kaustu bakandaram. A golden streak on his chest, the famous Kaustuba gem suspended from his neck. He stood in the air with his lotus feet placed on the shoulders of Garuda.
Krishna. So, it continuously describes how Lord Vishnu appeared. Yeah. Says a golden streak on his chest. Right. So, on Bhagwan's chest, it says a Vaksha Sriyam. Sri words, as we have read. That's how the golden streak on Lord's chest. And it says the famous Kaustuba gem. Kaustubh Kandaram. And I don't know if anyone knows about Kaustubh gem. Yeah, but suspended from his neck, he stood in the air with his lotus feet placed on the shoulders of Garuda. Yeah, Charanam Bhojam Garut Matah. So that's how Lord Vishnu is appearing to Kardam Muni. And we only have less than 2 minutes. Anyone knows what Kaustubh money is? Yeah. So Kaustubh gem is supposed to be the transcendental gem. I think since we only have less than 2 minutes, we are going to read about the gem tomorrow. Okay.
Kasturi, Bhaiya?
Hmm?
Is it Kasturi or no? Something different.
Kasturi, this is the gem. This is the money.
I see. Okay.
It's a jewel. Like it's, like across all diamonds and all the money jewels. This is Kaustubh gem. Is what Lord Vishnu himself is wearing. It is mentioned that even Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma says that this gem can only be worn by Lord Vishnu. No one else can handle this. So we'll read about that tomorrow. But right now, I think we only have 1 minute. So we'll do Kirtan and then we'll see you tomorrow. Any other questions, comments? No? So I think we'll continue hearing the Kirtan and then we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah? Hare Krishna.
Govind